the gift of time is so precious. And being given that gift of time, knowing that people whose work you admire saw something in your work and they're investing that time in you, that really gives a lot of energy to the work.
I mean, we're in this landscape. If you were to look at what I'm seeing, you'd be seeing leaves turning colors, the lake, the sun shining off the lake. It's just a stunning, stunning spot to get inspired and to help us write every day.
This is the Anne LaBastille Memorial Writer Residency. It's funded through her state, and the fact that we're on the same lake where Anne lived is really just an incredible coincidence and wonderful opportunity to have a lodge that's rentable on such a small and remote lake. We always have 6 writers, 2 fiction, 2 nonfiction, and 2 poets.
I'm going to read some poems from a book called Crosscut I wrote.
This is a passage from the novel that I'm writing.
Here we will ask for nothing but you. No performance, no collateral, just a colossal understanding that you belong.
I write and illustrate graphic novels.
I write humor pieces and creative nonfiction.
All good fiction tells a lot of big fat lies about something that really happened.
Half of them come from the region, from the Adirondacks, and the other half can come from anywhere in the world. And they spend 2 weeks here writing and having community with other writers in this gorgeous space.
What's the best part of being here?
This provides the perfect environment for concentration and moving forward on the project I'm working on.
Being so out of reach, the smells, just the sensory experience of being so deep in the Adirondacks.
With all distraction removed, except for the temptation of beautiful outdoors.
I try to alternate between my balcony, or I might go sit by the lake and try to write.
Writing by this fire, chatting, talking about work.
It's a dance for a few hours between writing and reading and feeling stuck, and then it's dinner time.
Dinner time's wonderful. We spend most of the days quietly working, and then at night we break out a bottle of wine or a beer, and we just start talking. And we talk about writing, we talk about reading, we talk about the hikes we went on.
It's become very, very competitive. It's a blind process, but writers from all over the world can apply. We have a big mix of writers, some of whom are, very established writers, and some who have just started writing, but their work just really popped on the page.
So for me to be here, it just means that I took a leap in terms of putting myself out there.
Well, it's cool to be here at a writer's residency, since I'm really a person who came out of a visual arts background.
I'm going to read you the introduction from my book, Our Lady of Birth Control, a cartoonist's encounter with Margaret Sanger.
What's your favorite part of this?
Honestly, it's the reading. The reading's really lovely because even though it's very short, it's more of a community event. I'm Natalie Thill, and I direct the Adirondack Center for Writing. We do a lot of different kinds of events, all with the aim to inspire the love of writing, reading, and storytelling.
The first thing was a gilded cornice tumbling down, clattering onto the bandstand, bouncing off the footlights into the murky fountain. The crowd cheered and stomped harder.
It started so softly it was almost inaudible, a light and glittering kind of vibrating sound that seemed to pool in the hush of the hall. I felt a hum on my skin, faint and electric.
I raise the axe edge above my head and drive hips and shoulders into the swing, feeling metal sliver air before blade jaws into the pine.
Collide onto our shore, secluded, serene, similar to Calypso's. Hide away from the microscope of scrutiny. Bask in your favorite coping mechanisms. Forget your calendar, forget your collision.
It feels like the sort of thing that's only made possible when no one's looking.
And I appreciate all of you coming. It's really lovely. Everyone's out there on the porch right now, and they're all talking. And the residents always really enjoy it because they get to meet the community and almost sort of say thank you for sharing the lake with them.
What will you take away from this experience?
I think confidence.
I will take away from this the resolve to make my life more like this on a daily basis.
The physical takeaway of all the writing I got done. Then the other takeaway is just a new community, and it's the Adirondack Center for Writing. And then it's the other writers, it's getting to know them.
They're just fabulous people, and they're spoiling us rotten, and it's going to be really hard to go back to real life.